Hello, my name is Crystalline and I'm with Preserving Life Ministries. And today I'm going to share with you some essential knowledge on canning tools that you'll need to get started with your canning journey. Most foods require some type of preservation method in order to maintain freshness and nutrition. It is vitally important to understand how home canning prevents food deterioration caused by microorganisms. Heating food in a sealed jar for a specific period of time for a set temperature destroys heat-resistant bacteria and forces air from the jar. The hermetic seal that is formed prevents microbes from entering the jar and spoiling the food. When the food is stored in a cool, dark, dry place, it will keep its color and maintain its freshness. Molds can form on any moist food. Some molds are harmless and others produce toxic mycotoxins. Mycotoxins are toxic secondary metabolites produced by fungus capable of causing disease and even death. Yeast grow best on foods containing sugar and acids, such as jelly, causing fermentation. Bacteria thrives on non-acid and low-acid foods. Molds and yeast are the main cause of spoilage of high-acid foods, such as fruits, fruit juices, tomatoes, and preserves, but they are easily destroyed by temperatures between 140 and 190 degrees Fahrenheit. Water bath canners reach the temperatures of 212 degrees Fahrenheit and will safely kill mold and yeast when processing high-acid foods. Bacteria exist in two forms, spores or seeds and vegetative or growing. They are the chief cause of spoilage of low-acid foods such as vegetables and meats. Bacteria are harder to destroy. Temperatures must reach 240 to 260 degrees Fahrenheit in order to destroy the spores. A pressure canner must be used to preserve low-acid foods because it is the only canner that will reach high temperatures. Enzymes are protein molecules in cells which work as a catalyst. They speed up chemical reactions in the food but do not get used up in the process. Enzymatic reactions cause food to change color, texture, and flavor. Food spoilage caused by enzymes can be easily inactivated by temperatures of 140 degrees Fahrenheit or greater. Water bath canning is a great way to prevent potential enzyme food-related food loss and promote long-term food storage. One other thing that we need to understand before getting started with our canning process is pH. In home canning, there are two classes of pH, high acid and low acid foods. pH is determined by the amount of natural acid in the food or by the addition of an acid to the food to bring it to a specific pH. pH determines the canning method to be used to safely preserve specific food items and store them at room temperature. High acid foods have a pH of 4.6 or less. High acid foods are heirloom tomatoes, fruit, jelly, jams, preserves, conserves, fermented foods such as sauerkraut and brine pickles. Acidifiers are added to make the food more acidic, such as citric acid, acidity vinegar, lemon, or lime juice. But just one note, hybrid and those classified as low acid tomatoes need to be acidified before canning by the water bath method. Low acid foods have a pH higher than 4.6 and they're alkaline, and they must be processed using a pressure canner. Vegetables, meats, stews, poultry, sauces, and other recipes that combine the use of low and high acid foods and register a pH higher than 4.6 must all be processed in a pressure canner. Altitude plays a big part in the canning process. Processing times and temperatures for the recipes in the Ball Blue Book of Canning are based on altitude of 1,000 feet above sea level or lower. If you are processing food in an area that is above 1,000 feet or are using a gauge canner, refer to the altitude chart in the Ball Blue Book of Canning for adjustments. Additional processing time must be added when water bath canning in altitudes greater than 1,000 feet. Increased temperature is required when pressure canning in altitudes greater than 1,000 feet above sea level. Now you may be asking yourself, should I cold pack or hot pack? Cold pack canning is also called raw pack canning. Pack hot canning jars with the fresh raw fruits or vegetables. You add the boiling water, broth, syrup, or juice to each jar and process for the specified time. Hot pack canning, you bring the water to a boil and then you simmer your fresh produce for a few minutes. Fill the canning jars with hot produce and add boiling water, juice, broth, or syrup. Process for the specified time in your recipe. The benefits of hot pack canning: it removes the air, it shrinks the food and keeps it from floating in the jars. It improves the shelf life and it increases the amount of food you can pack into a single jar.